Hey, I'm Todd Wells. I am 17 years old and I live in Washington State. So I guess my story kind of starts a few years back. Um, about 3 years ago, I began whitewater kayaking with my younger brother, and we started off just paddling all like the local class 2 and 3 rivers, and together we progressed to paddling class 5 rivers like on a regular basis. So last fall, my brother and we took our first international kayaking trip. It was also our first major trip without our parents. So that was a big deal. And over Thanksgiving break, we spent 8 days kayaking class 5 rivers and really amazing waterfalls all over southern Mexico. That trip, just like kayaking and traveling in a Latin American country, really gave me a taste of what kayaking internationally is all about. And at the end of that trip, I was hooked, and I definitely liked it. By chance, just a couple of weeks after returning from Mexico, I was offered an opportunity to finish my last semester of high school with the World Class Kayak Academy. And at World Class, about a dozen students and about 4 to 5 teachers travel around the world studying and paddling every day. So of course I took up this opportunity and I really enjoyed 2 solid, exciting months of traveling and studying and kayaking all over Chile. Then about 2 weeks ago, I returned from Chile and spent my spring break doing, guess what? Kayaking every day. I'd gone kayaking 4 days in a row, and after a really sick day of paddling on the Little White Salmon River, we decided to go check out Money Drop. And Money Drop's this 50-foot waterfall that's about 20 minutes away from the Little White. So we arrived there, found the flows were just a little bit on the low side, but still decided to go ahead and paddle it. So my brother, me, and 2 other friends all paddled the drop, and I decided to go back for a second run. And on my second lap of the day, I came off the waterfall, and while I was in the air, I was too flat, and when I landed, I just compressed my whole body, and I broke one of my vertebrae. So a few days later in the hospital, I was sitting there thinking not so much about how this injury is going to put a damper on my kayaking, but more about how I'm going to jump back into the kayaking lifestyle and jump into what I love doing most. So I came across the Teva Life Agent program, and I thought to myself, this could be a pretty awesome way to jump back into the kayaking lifestyle and start doing what I love again. And as soon as I caught word of the Life Agent program, I began developing my adventure. For me, I imagine the perfect adventure would include 3 main parts, and that's cultural immersion, exploratory adventure, and giving back to the community. So to kick off my adventure and prepare myself for the rest of the trip, I would travel to southern Mexico and jump right into 2 months of intense Spanish school. And as a part of the Spanish school, I would homestay with a Mexican family so I could further practice my Spanish and truly immerse myself in the Mexican culture. In the afternoons, when I'm not in a Spanish school, I'd either be kayaking the local rivers or working with locals to develop a kayaking school for middle school students. And by the end of the time at my Spanish school, I would be ready for a 4-day kayaking school with about 5 to 8 local students. And with the help of Iker, a Mexican friend of mine that I met last time I was in Mexico, we would instruct the students on how to kayak and teach them about leadership and teamwork skills that they can use both on and off the river. So I'm hoping that by the end of the kayak school, the students will have enjoyed their time in the water and will be able to help keep their local waterways clean, as well as just develop an appreciation for the beautiful rivers around them. And even if kayaking isn't their forte and isn't what they love to do most, I hope that they'll be able to use the leadership skills that they learn in whatever futures they decide to take. Then after finishing my Spanish classes and my kayaking school, I'd start the exploratory portion of my trip. and for the exploratory kayaking segment of my travels to Mexico, I'd start in Tlapacoyan, Mexico. Tlapacoyan is located in southern Mexico in the state of Veracruz, right down here. So right here is Tlapacoyan, where we would start off the trip, and Tlapacoyan is known for having some of the best whitewater in the world, and is also less than 10 minutes from the infamous Rio Alsaceca. So after spending about 4 weeks paddling in Tlapacoyan and exploring, trying to find all the best whitewater we could find, we would move south and southeast, and we'd end in Chiapas, which is right here. And Chiapas is another state known for its amazing paddling and known for having some of the best whitewater. So again, we'd spend about 4 weeks traveling, looking for the most exciting and unexplored whitewater in the region. Throughout the trip, I would document my travels with my camera and keep the world updated with all the happenings, all the successes, and all the setbacks of my travels through my blog. I developed my blog a little over a year ago, basically just to document all of my kayaking adventures, and since then I've kept it pretty contemporary with updates every 2 to 3 weeks. So the blog would really be the perfect way to document my proposed trip to Mexico, and it's really something I enjoy doing as well. So there it is. That's my proposed adventure to Mexico. It covers what I see as like 3 of the most important parts to international travel: cultural immersion, exploratory adventure, and giving back to the community. This will make for one hell of an adventure, and with the help of the Teva Life Agent program, I think I can make it pretty successful. So, thanks for watching.